All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Campaigning gains momentum for the first phase of assembly elections in Gujarat. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address 4 public rallies in Saurashtra region. 53rd International Film Festival of India all set to open today with a colourful ceremony in Goa. Voting being held for general elections in Nepal. Football's greatest show, the FIFA World Cup, starts in Qatar this evening, and India to take on hosts New Zealand in the second T20 cricket match in Mount Maunganui. And now the news in detail. In Gujarat, campaigning for the first phase of assembly polls is in full swing. Prime Minister and senior BJP leader Narendra Modi will address 4 public rallies in Saurashtra region today. Mr. Modi, who is leading an intense poll campaign in the state, held a roadshow in Vapi yesterday. Addressing a rally at Valsad, Mr. Modi urged people to vote in maximum numbers. He added that it is the power of vote that has brought the development in the country. The Prime Minister asked the young and new voters to vote for a bright future. All the political parties have accelerated the poll campaigns for the first phase of polling. A total of 788 candidates are in the fray in this phase, polling for which is to be held on the 1st of December. Our correspondent reports that the visit of the Prime Minister to the Saurashtra region is very important for the BJP, as the region is considered the key to power in Gujarat.
During the action-packed day, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi will offer prayers at famous Somnath temple in the morning. He will then address 4 rallies in Saurashtra region at Verawar, Dhoraji, Amreli and Botar. Saurashtra region has 48 assembly seats spread over 11 districts, namely Surendranagar, Morbi, Rajkot, Jamnagar, Devbhoomi, Dwarka, Porbandar, Junagadh, Gir Somnath, Amreli, Bhavnagar and Botar. In 2017 assembly elections, the Congress party won 28 seats in the region due to various political issues, including the Patidar agitation. The number of MLAs of BJP had reduced to just 19. In 2012 polls, BJP had 30 MLAs from this region. BJP is looking forward to regain power in Saurashtra region. At the same time, the Congress party is trying its best to repeat its performance. Meanwhile, the Aam Aadmi party is also trying hard to open its account in the region. With Sanjeev Sharma from Junagadh, Aparna Khun, AR News, Ahmedabad.
The Election Commission has imposed a ban on exit polls pertaining to Himachal Pradesh and Gujarat Assembly elections, as well as by polls in 5 states. The ban will remain in force till 6:30 in the evening of 5th December. During the period, conducting any exit poll and publishing or publicizing their results by means of print and electronic media and dissemination in any other manner will be prohibited. The 53rd International Film Festival of India, IFFI, will begin in Goa today. The opening ceremony will be held at Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Indoor Stadium near Panji. Film personalities Mrunal Thakur, Varun Dhawan, Catherine Teresa, Sara Ali Khan, Kartik Aryan and Amrita Khanvilkar will grace the opening ceremony. Goa Governor P.S. Sridharan, Chief Minister Pramod Sawant, Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur and Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting L. Murugan will also be present on the occasion. The opening ceremony will see cultural performances by top film celebrities from across the country. Music and dance groups from India and abroad will also perform at the opening ceremony. The theme of the opening ceremony is Evolution of Indian Cinema in the Last 100 Years, keeping with the spirit of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations. A total of 280 films from 79 countries will be screened during the 9-day event. More from our correspondent.
25 feature films and 20 non-feature films will be screened in the Indian Panorama section, while 183 films will be part of the international programming. Satyajit Ray Lifetime Achievement Award will be given to Spanish director Carlos Saura at the opening ceremony. France is the spotlight country and 8 films will be screened under the country focus package. one of the Asia's oldest film festivals, IFFI, will open with Austrian director Dieter Berner's movie Alma and Oscar. Film personalities Mrinal Thakur, Varun Dhawan, Sara Ali Khan, Kartik Aaryan and Amrita Khanvilkar will grace the opening ceremony. Goa Governor P.S. Sridharan, Chief Minister Pramod Sawant, Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur and Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting L. Murugan will be present on the occasion. The theme of the opening ceremony is Evolution of Indian Cinema in 100 Years. Ashok Shukla, Air News, Goa.
States and union territories will explore additional revenue streams to improve the financial viability of fair price shops in the country. Food and Public Distribution Secretary Sanjeev Chopra said this while interacting with food secretaries of states and UTs during a conference in New Delhi. He also said the centre is aiming to achieve full distribution of fortified rice in all government programs by 2023-24. The winter session of Parliament will commence from 7th of next month and continue till 29th of December. The session will have 17 sittings spread over 23 days. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha secretaries have notified the dates. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi said that he is looking forward to constructive debates and discussions on legislative business and other items during the session. Human rights activist Gautam Naulakha was released yesterday from Taloja jail and shifted to his home at Belapur in Navi Mumbai. He will now be placed under house arrest for a month. 70-year-old Naulakha was in jail since 2020 in the case of Bhim Koregaon Elgar Parishad. The Supreme Court ordered on Thursday to release Gautam from jail and shift him to in-house arrest due to his health issues. While giving his release order, the Supreme Court imposed many restrictions including refusing the use of internet, social media and mobile. In the Kashmir Valley, an encounter broke out between security forces and terrorists at Cheki Dudu area of Brij Bihara in Anantnag district early this morning. According to police, the security forces launched a cordon and search operation at Cheki Dudu following inputs about the presence of terrorists there. However, the search operation turned into an encounter after the terrorists fired upon the forces who retaliated. Meanwhile, the exchange of fire was going on till reports last came in. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Welcome back. Voting for general elections in Nepal is being held in a single phase today to elect 275 members of the House of Representatives for both parliamentary and provincial assemblies. More than 17.9 million people are eligible to vote in 7 provinces across Nepal. Chief Election Commissioners from India, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Maldives are taking part in the election process as international observers. Chief Election Commissioner of India, Rajiv Kumar, is leading the Indian delegation. Signaling potential for a major breakthrough at the climate summit, negotiators at the UN's COP27 in Egypt have reached a tentative agreement to establish a loss and damage fund for nations vulnerable to climate disasters. Negotiators with the European Union and Africa, as well as non-governmental organizations who are observing the talks, said this. COP27 Climate Summit in Egypt has run into an extra day as nearly 200 countries struggle to agree the next steps to tackle global warming. If finalized, the deal would represent a major breakthrough on the international stage and far exceed the expectations of this year's climate summit. World Children's Day will be celebrated today. On the occasion, the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights will launch training modules for chairpersons and members of child welfare committees and protocols for restoration and repatriation of children in New Delhi. These modules and protocols have been developed to address the amended roles of child welfare committees and district child protection officers in matters of children in need of care and protection. The training module aims to bring the roles and responsibilities of child welfare committees in one place. Women and Child Development Ministry said the government is committed to reach out to every child needing care and protection. Football's greatest show on earth, the FIFA World Cup, will be off to a glittering start in Qatar capital Doha today. 32 top countries from 5 regions will be in action for the championship title. The opening ceremony will be held at the El Bayt Stadium in Al Khor at 7:30 p.m. Indian time. In all, 64 matches will be held across 8 stadiums in Qatar. South Korean boy band BTS's Jungkook would perform Dreamers, while Black Eyed Peas, Robbie Williams and Nora Fatehi would be among the other performers at the opening ceremony. The host nation plays Ecuador in the opening match today at 9:30 p.m. Indian time. The FIFA World Cup this time assumes importance, as for the first time the tournament is being held in a West Asian country and also that it is being held in winters. More from our news desk.
The FIFA World Cup 2022 in Qatar has a lot to offer. For the youngsters, it might be the last time to see the football legends like Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar in action at the World Cup. Among other familiar faces set for a World Cup farewell include 39-year-old Brazil's Dani Alves and Portugal's Pepe, 38-year-old Thiago Silva, 37-year-old Luka Modric, 36-year-old Manuel Neuer, and Oliver Giroud and Luis Suarez, Edison Cavani and Hugo Lloris, who are all 35, may be in the same position, with French striker Karim Benzema, Spanish midfielder Sergio Busquets, and Polish forward Robert Lewandowski, all 34 years old, and German forward Thomas Müller, 33. The list of players potentially appearing on the world stage for the last time is as lengthy as it is illustrious. Often described as a complete footballer, Kevin De Bruyne, a Belgian professional footballer, is also set to retire post the Qatar World Cup 2022. Whether this might be Kevin De Bruyne's or Neymar's last World Cup remains to be seen.
Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar will be on a 2-day visit to Qatar from today to represent India at the inauguration of the FIFA World Cup 2022. The Ministry of External Affairs in a statement said India and Qatar enjoy close and friendly relations with multifaceted partnership extending to areas of trade, security, defense, health, education, among others. In the last financial year, bilateral trade has crossed $15 billion. Next year, both countries will celebrate 50 years of establishment of full diplomatic relations. During his visit, the Vice President will also interact with the members of the Indian community. In the second T20 cricket match, India will take on host New Zealand at Bay Oval Ground at Mount Maunganui today. The match will start at around 12 noon Indian time. All India Radio will broadcast live commentary of the match. Delhi recorded the lowest temperature of the season yesterday with a minimum temperature of 9 degrees Celsius. It was 3 notches below the normal. Today, the national capital is likely to have partly cloudy sky with mist in the morning. The maximum temperature will hover a bit around 27 degrees Celsius, while minimum at 10 degrees Celsius. And now, for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Prashant Kumar Sinha.
Thank you, Anuja. All the dailies have mentioned about the Prime Minister inaugurating the Arunachal Pradesh airport. The Times of India calls it a new era of hope. The paper also quotes the PM at Kashi Tamil Meet, calling upon people to break language barriers. The Pioneer cites Union Home Minister calling for crackdown against terror havens. The headline quotes Amit Shah saying India pushing for permanent secretariat for no money for terror. Developing countries score a big win as COP27 agrees on contentious loss and damage fund, reports the Economic Times. The opening ceremony of the FIFA World Cup is all set to be held this evening at a 60,000 capacity stadium in Qatar, with Korean pop star BTS band and Nora Fatehi to perform, writes the Tribune. And finally, a top front page headline in the Hindu writes, Srinagar set for 980 crore rupee makeover to get its Venice of the East tag under Smart City project in next 6 months.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Campaigning gains momentum for the first phase of assembly elections in Gujarat. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address 4 public rallies in Saurashtra region. 53rd International Film Festival of India all set to open today with a colourful ceremony in Goa. Voting being held for general elections in Nepal. Football's greatest show, the FIFA World Cup, starts in Qatar this evening. And India to take on hosts New Zealand in the second T20 cricket match in Mount Maunganui. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsoneir.gov.in. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.